Good morning and welcome to our online campus of Move City Church. I'm really excited that you're here this morning, and I hope that this is a time of encouragement for you, maybe some challenge, and that you're able to connect. We've been talking about Acts chapter 2, verse 42, that says, all the believers devoted themselves to four things. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the fellowship, and to the sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper, and to prayer. And this week, Alan's going to talk to us about that, the sharing in meals, the Lord's Supper, the breaking of bread, most translations will say. And really, this is about sitting at the table with Jesus. And so I'm really excited to hear that message from Alan. We're going to start with some worship, and we're going to do a little bit different than we usually would. My heart's been really resonating with this Maverick City worship group, and they kind of take a fresh take on worship and basically taking these extended times of reflection on a certain theme. And this morning we're going to use their song. It's called Communion. Here are the lyrics to the song. It says, take me back to the garden, right? That place where I met you. Take me back to the resurrection. Lead me back to the moment I heard your voice. Bring me back to communion. And that's really our theme this morning, is that we could come back to that place where we feel close to Jesus again. Do you remember the very first time you ever really just sensed God's presence in your life? Or that very first time you started to follow Jesus and that passion and that closeness? Or maybe you can think back to a time where you just had a really close prayer time with God, and we're just praying and seeking God and asking Him to take us back to that time where we're just feeling so close to God. The chorus says, it was so simple. It was so easy to love. No space between us. It was easy to trust. And that's kind of where we want to get back, in that space where there's no space between us and Jesus, that we're sitting at the table with Him in communion. And the chorus goes something like this. It says, you're closer than my skin. You know, like God's presence is so close. And if we could just recognize and realize that, how that would change things. It says, you are in the air I'm breathing in. Here's where dead things come back to living. I feel my heart beating again. Feels so good to know that you are my friend. Don't you want that this morning? Just that new life, your heart beating again for Jesus, and then to know that we are friends with God. There's this line in the song that's kind of repeated, and it says, I didn't know that I could have a friend like you. You know, that we could be friends with God. This morning, let's celebrate that. Will you worship with me as we sing this song?
This music to me and you.
To the place we've always belonged, right here. Take me back to the garden. Lead me back to the moment I heard your voice. Take me back to communion. Lead me back to the moment I saw your face, and it was all so simple. It was easy to love. No space between us. It was
This is the garden, here in the place I find you close. This is communion, here in the place I'm fully known. And it was all so simple, you're so easy to love. And no space between us, you're so easy to trust. 'Cause you are closer, closer than my skin. Yes, you are. And you are in the air I'm breathing in. And she's where the dead things come back to living. I feel my heart beat again. It feels so good to know you are my friend. My friend, my friend, yeah. It's where I'm meant to be. Me and you, yeah. This is where I'm meant to be. Me and you and me. I don't have to prove a thing. You've already approved of me. This is where I'm meant to be. Me and you and me. And I don't have to prove a thing, no. You've already approved of me, yeah. 'Cause this is where I'm meant to be, yeah. Me and you and me. And I don't have to prove a thing. You've already approved of me. This is where I'm meant to be. It's me and you and me. I don't have to prove a thing. You've already approved of me. 'Cause you are closer, closer than my skin. You are in the air I'm breathing in. Here's where the dead things come back to living. I feel my heart beat again. It feels so good to know you are my friend. There's nothing like your friendship. There's nothing like this friendship with you.